What's popping? I am actually right now head home. What you want to call it? So back to CT right now. I ain't gonna tell everybody where I'm at, but yeah. So what I titled this was how I turned to you know what I mean, without saying it too much, because then they want to report me and everything else. I turned that into 2 good days. I had a kid that I had to deal with that's apparently addicted to K2 so bad that he can't refrain himself from taking it. And that's a sad thing. And I didn't want to see this kid punched in the ground because at the same time he's only 20 years old, you know. And I didn't want this kid to, when you're 20, 18, 19, 17 years old or whatever, you got a stigma placed upon you already because you're black or brown. And a lot of people, they want to pretend it's not like that. And I know a lot of people do a lot of cooning and go in front of, hey, boss, I'm sorry, boss. I'm the best one, boss. There's a whole bunch of that. And I've seen that. I've gone through it or whatever. I think I was one of the more fortunate ones, and I have to remind myself sometimes I was one of the more fortunate ones that ended up working for blacks and Latinos for 16, 17 years. So I guess I didn't get the butt of that as much. And then when I got back into the regular job market, after the music industry and everything like that, I started to see, okay, this is a problem. This is what many people are talking about right now. So I always made a thing to be nice to people and everything like that. Now, people will be nice like that to me in return, but sometimes it don't work like that. So my friend that I was with today, everything I said about him was true. I've known him for I don't know how long. We worked together. We've been out of town together, in different states together. So that right there, I consider my friend. He's definitely my friend. I have no qualms or complaints about him. We had a lot of conversations that we had off camera that I would never have on camera for numerous specific reasons, and they were deep. They really were deep. And I have to say to you, honestly and truthfully, I had to make a choice. I would change it's good to have friends like that because a lot of times you don't. Throughout this whole journey with this bad boy thing and everything like that, I learned one thing. You can't say friends so easily. You can't say hip hop so easily. And a lot of other things. I've also learned from hanging out with my friend today. He's probably one of the few friends that I got now. He's in his own strife. He's got his own things going on, and I understand that, and I appreciate that. And one of the biggest things about my friend is, regardless of what he's got going on, he offers what he has. Which he did again today. I don't want to take that from him. And then I didn't ask him to do no promo or nothing for me on the thing or whatever. But I'm going back out there to this place, and I know that it's not going to be just smoke blowing up my ass for the next couple of weeks. I'm headed back out to Connecticut. They removed the kid that was there that was doing the K2. They actually recorded him. I said that earlier live on recorded. But yeah, they got rid of him. And in all regards of respect, fuck him. Fuck him. The kid was supposed to be real cool, and I thought he was. And from the time I got there, he was just a jerk. He didn't care about anybody but himself. And he proved that time after time after time after time after time after again. And then finally one day when I said to him, I said, oh, I get it. You don't give a damn about nobody but yourself. I got it. He didn't say anything counter that. I was like, oh, okay. Because most of the G's, they have something to say. They would say something to counter that. You understand what I mean? This kid did none of the above. So at that point, I was just like, whatever. I really don't care anymore. But good luck to him. Them drugs meant more to him than being on a warm bed at night. So different strokes for different folks, huh? I guess. I don't know. The one thing that I had a problem with is nobody believed me, and that's the problem I had, and it took upon them going in there themselves and catching this kid doing what he was doing to actually figure out, oh, hey, you know what? There's something wrong here. And I had to remove myself from the situation so it would be no complaints, no arguments or anything, but nothing but absolutes that what was going on. And if I'm not there, then who's the culprit? And really what that kid was trying to do, he was trying to set me up to be the culprit. I would have been the scapegoat for anything that was going on with him. He would have automatically said it was me. You get what I'm saying? And then I would have had to catch him somewhere. Yeah, that's crazy. Well, guys, I'm headed to the way. Hey, just announced my train right now. Ain't that ironic? I want to thank everybody that has helped me. Jada, Sharon, Jesus Christ. You know what? It's too many of y'all to list. But for every one of y'all that has hit my Cash App up, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I really, really mean that. Today, I was like, really, I needed some pants and shit. Like, I really did. So I bought 2 pairs of sweatpants, $20, you know. And a friend, Jerry, he's sitting there at $20. It was like he came out of the door. It was really a blessing. This is my train. I think it is. No, actually, the next one is my train. The next one is my train. It's not the same. The next one is my train. Go with this one. But one thing I can tell you guys is this. If you're going to somehow or another put yourself in a position that you're consuming, or whatever the case may be, or whatever, don't be like that kid that was on our freaking live path. That kid right there had a real problem. His main problem was this. He was a victim of his own circumstances, you know what I mean? Yeah, see, that's a question I have right there, Clyde 234. Hey, what's going on? That's a question I have right there, dude. Like, one of the main questions I had hanging was, yo, how long is that? It's going to be the same deal as last time, whatever. And that's why I said to everybody, I'm preparing myself beyond that. You know what I mean? Like, right now, I don't trust these people. Yesterday, when I told them there was a freaking K2 addict over there, everybody didn't believe me. And then it took upon them catching them their damn self to actually be like, okay, there's a problem. You know, and that I can't sustain. So, you know, had that person been the same complexion as me, it wouldn't have been no argument. That's how I truly feel and I believe. And being that that person was of another persuasion or whatever, that couched in some kind of doubt. And that's what worries me the most. Not only that, but the fact that the general director, this guy Rob, just keeps on continuously just slick talking me, trying to get me to fall into stuff or whatever as he did today. I'm gonna put that up later so y'all can hear that for yourself and know I ain't telling you no chuck. But one thing that's consistent with everybody I put on this camera and everything they say about me, if y'all don't pay attention, is that I don't know, maybe I'm one of the last guys or whatever, but you keep it a beam where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? If you can't do something, if you feel short of something, whatever the case may be, holler at us and let us know. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit there and pretend like you can. And that's a problem with a lot of people. They sit there and pretend instead of being who they are. You know? And you gotta be who you are sometimes. Sometimes it's not worth it sitting there and trying to pretend that you're something that you're not or whatever. And that's a problem I have with a lot of people I work with. There's a lot of problems I have with a lot of people that I come in contact with or whatever. So right now it's about not trusting them, but just reaching my goal, whatever. And to be realistic, I did the math or whatever. I can do everything I can do, probably like 6 or 5 grand. You know what I'm saying? That's moving in, first month, second month, all that stuff. So, you know, that's what I'm reaching for, and that's what I'm aiming for. I'm not aiming for just trusting those people anymore because there's no use in it. You know, it's no use in it. No use in it. Everybody's sitting there trying to trust it. And you know if this train stops at Stanford? Does this train stop at Stanford? It does. Thank you. One second, guys. I'm on the train. All right.
Danvers, Connecticut will be next, and 3 on right lane. Danvers, Connecticut is next.
I'm on the train. I had to hop on the train real quick. Hopefully they'll let me ride from here or whatever. Yeah, but you see, the thing is also at the same time, Clyde, they replaced, he told me today that they replaced it with somebody else. And so based off the people that I've seen in there, based off, this is the train, y'all, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Based on the people I've seen in there and the people I've seen addicted in there, said for me to, most of the people that go through the door will be like that. I you know, I don't know how much I can accentuate the fact that most of those people in there, I'm gonna stay with y'all. Most of the people in there, different ailments that all of them have, or whatever, and it really is, but they ain't got nothing to do with me. That's what you would think, right? No. They replace. He told me automatically today when I told him, I'm gonna put up the audio because I'm just tired of fucking around. Like, there's so much audio that I have, like y'all don't even believe it. Like, this saying obnoxious things, like things that don't even make any sense, and you're like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, today he said something real slick. He was like, at one token, he was like, yo, I could put you in a hotel room and da. We'll see if I get you one by yourself. And then when I switched up and I asked him, he switched it to a totally different conversation. So it's like, you know, you can never trust these guys to the complexity of like you want to. Hey, how you doing? I bought the sticker for Pelham, I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'm going to Stanford. Is there any way possible I can use that? Because if I would have went to the Bronx, I would have missed it.
Yep.
Thank you. So, you know, the complexity of some of these guys is just like, it's astounding. They really don't care. I think a lot of them really base their fact on perceptions, you know, and things they think they know as far as dealing with the clients and everything like that. And it's now at a point where it's an overhaul. And I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys, but like they need a whole overhaul of the whole programs, the way they're dealing and interacting with the clients, everything. It needs to be totally overhauled. And if it's not, what's going to happen is it's going to see it collide on itself. It's going to impose on itself. It's going to crash in on itself or whatever. And a lot of people, I guess, in Connecticut are not taking hold of it. Now, I'm going to share an article with you guys in a little bit. And I found this today. Y'all remember when I said earlier, I said, Connecticut is poor. Well, I have now, and I hate to say it like this, a white man giving his testimonial on the same thing just the day before yesterday about the state of Connecticut. And he was particularly talking about the train system and how there's a lack of ridership on it now. And this is a big problem because the MTA just got a lot of money allocated towards them from the Trump administration, believe it or not. So it stands as a contention that the same thing is happening over and over and over and over and over from state to state to state to state to state to state, which is this. People are more and more working from home and the working dynamic is changing. You understand what I'm saying? And it's changed profusely. And I'm scared that a lot of jobs that used to be there are not going to be in the future. I've seen this now when this man said this today on the CT post, and I'm going to share it with you guys so you can see it. And he said, with the state particularly being poor now, and I was like, wow, I said that. I said that the state of Connecticut is poor, and they don't want to admit it. And here's another man talking about the same thing, and he's saying the state of Connecticut is poor, reiterating the same words that I had said earlier. And I didn't even know this man. I've never heard of this man. This was a citizen, you know? So it stands at some point or another, you say to yourself, okay, if the state is going poor, what can they do to offer and help me? You know what I'm saying? Like, these motherfuckers can't even afford to keep me in a room by myself. And I'm like, what? Who's heard of that? Like, any of y'all that ever been in a super bed, y'all know that those beds are right next to each other. And that kid that was there, he hadn't been tested. I asked him. there's a problem, and there's such a vibe that's going on that's wrong. It's like I'm going back to the most opulent state in the tri-state. You get along the most opulent state in the tri-state can't maintain its sustainability right now financially as a state. This is the most opulent state in the tri-state. If you don't know what I mean by opulent, I mean richest, most wealthiest, whatever, in the tri-state. The Bushes and every other president you can think of, or vice president, the caucus, all of them. A lot of them went to Yale. A lot of your senators and mayors and everybody else, they went to Yale, right in New Haven. You know, so this is not exaggeration. This ain't like pushing an ideal forward or nothing like that. It's giving you the truth. The state is going broke. New York City is going broke. New Jersey is going broke. And nobody wants to talk about it. We want to sit around and pretend. And the pretending's got to stop at some period. At some point or another, the pretending's got to turn into reality. Reality is this. The state, if it keeps pretending, is not going to maintain the same economic threshold that it once had. The people that once were operating in the state are now leaving Connecticut. Last year, Connecticut lost 435,000 residents in 1 year. 435,000. Most of them between the age ranges of 18 and 49. So the young people of the state are leaving the state. And they're not coming back. They don't want to come back. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, you take that into this perspective and say to yourself, okay, you know, whatever. But what we have is a state that's sitting back talking about they're the best and we're coming back and whatever. In all actuality, they're broke. Peace. What's going on, beautiful Jim? In all actuality, they're broke. And that's why I said I'm going to share that article with you guys today when that man says the same thing. He says, basically, the state is poor. And I've been through 2 locales in the state now, and I say everything that matches up to them. You know, in the state, in the part of the state I was before previously, it was poor. Where I'm at now is a major city, and in all respects should be the capital of the state. And it's right now poor. You can see the remnants of the poverty within the streets, like, you know what I'm saying? Especially on the end of where I'm at, you know, so I'm not gonna sit here and hold nobody or whatever. But I think my goal of $6,000 is reasonable. I've reconveyed that. I'm talking to my friend today. He said he's gonna do what he can to help. But yeah, I think I just need to grab $6,000 and be about my wits on my own. Fuck their programs, all that stuff, or whatever. It's worthless. Like at this point, he would have me there for another 5 or 6 months, and I don't have that time to burn. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, I've got a plan. I'm gonna do sometime this week. I'm gonna do a 4 to 5 hour or maybe 6 hour marathon. We're just gonna talk about everything, get it off my chest. I try to throw in a little bit of everything. I'm going to try doing some of this Kevin Samuels type vibe where I'm talking to the women and telling them how they can get thought girlfriends and thought sisters in general up away from them as they need to be. There are a lot of beautiful women out there, and they come under the influence of some of the worst women in the world. And based off that, they now come into the dating and marketing pool as something that's terrible in relation of their girlfriend who's a terrible person. It's like, you don't want to be like her. Be like yourself. So that's what we started out and we took the trip for what we're talking about today. And I'm going to start having some of my other people that are in the industry and stuff like that. I had my girl Tabitha Duncan hit me up tonight from Clark Coast. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go back and talk to her and a couple other people, whatever. And I'll probably even throw up a clip of me and Tabitha not too long ago. But not even maybe 5 months ago. But if you don't know the group Cut Close, they're a award-winning group. They went platinum. They're platinum certified. They were signed by Keith Sweat. Many of y'all, your grandmama, your granddaddy made y'all Keith Sweat. You know what I'm saying? Or R. Kelly too, believe it or not. As much as I hate to say his name, but it's the truth, you know. And so they were signed to them. Yeah, Tabitha, that's my homegirl. You go over there and you tell Tabitha you know Davin Lewis. Go over there and tell her you know Davin Lewis, see what she said. I'm going to tell y'all some other people y'all go over there and tell them you know Davin Lewis and see what they say. They all going to say good things about me, and that's what I was trying to prove to y'all today. You know, nobody, it wasn't coach, it wasn't rehearsed, nothing like that. I let my man talk evenly how he wanted to. And he talked to y'all the way he set forth. He helped me out. He always has, always will. But yeah, the people, I think that's a better approach. Going for the people. Get all this trying to work for these white programs that are specifically targeted to help whites and not helping anybody of color, specifically men of color. They give a second eye to. So, I know it's not no welfare charity or anything like that or whatever, and I don't want it to be. But I have a goal. I'm not going to say I beg with the people, but I will say it's pertinent to me. It's pertinent to my sanity. It's pertinent to a lot of things. And I'm like freaking tired. I'm so tired. I really am. So that's my goal. So tomorrow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a Patreon available. I'm going to actually start over my GoFundMe and get that back into the chain. And also, the Cash App Sugar Ball 80 will always be available. PayPal will also be available. I had somebody just recently make a very charitable contribution to me on PayPal, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you. And please, man, if you can, guys, keep coming. Like with you guys, I can literally be out of the situation. I count more on y'all than those services. Simple as that. Links are in the description, guys. I'm on my way back to LCT. I had a great 2 days, and the main thing these past 2 days taught me that I have a lot of good friends. I have a lot of people that envy me that I was made aware of. And I have a lot of people that honestly and truthfully support me and love me and care about me. And that means more than anything. So, I'm not sad. I know I've lost some friends towards the way of making my discoveries and putting things out. But at the same time, what the fuck did I say wrong? What did I say wrong? And nobody yet has come up with an answer for that. Alright guys, links are in the description. I ask you this to people. You call it whatever you want to, call it begging or whatever. There's gonna be some snarky on here. You begging? Yeah, no, I'm not begging. I'm asking. I'm asking for the people to help me all the time. Trust me, I'll help you back. More than you think. But if I'm stabilized, I can really help you. Keep that in mind. I'll talk to you guys later.